Well, g'day tubes, how's you hanging? Pretty good here, So we're just working in the building today. And I got my generator, my first generator I ever bought. Walmart special. Gosh, at least 15 years ago we bought this thing. And it still works good. It only does, you know, regular 110, 120. You know, don't really use it for much now because it doesn't do a 220. So a lot of the stuff I'm running now is a 220. So, but I haven't had it going for a while. I don't know what state this is, and I want to get it kind of fixed before we get too far. Oh, it's looking kind of pea water colored in there, so that's not good. There's not a lot though, which is good. There's a bit though, so it doesn't smell the greatest. I don't even know if it'll start now off of that, but what we're gonna do is get her draining out. Maybe we'll pull it off right here. It is actually on right now. That's not good. Off. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna get this thing off of here. Oh, I need a pair of pliers. Oh, pliers. Pair of pliers. Get that loose and wiggling. Okay, I'm gonna get you on the tripod here, and I gotta set up this hose. I'm gonna put right on that little nipple-y guy there, and then we'll drain that into something. Here we go. Okay, so what we got going on here is I got a container. I want to kind of see what it looks like when we get her out. I just got my garbage can with that guy on her, and this thing here will hook up to. Hopefully hook it up to that guy. And that should run down into the bucket when we hit the switch. Going? Is it going or not? Maybe I gotta prop that end up a little bit. Okay, we got some wood. Prop this end up. Should get her flowing. Oh yeah, she's going now. You can hear it, listen. Was peeing. Oh yeah, it still is. Okay, we'll let gravity work there. Hopefully that'll get most of it out. And what I want to do today is I got a special can made here. And this is going to be used for another couple of purposes. That is just a gas can with a little hole drilled in the stopper guy. Goes right through, you know, so that's going to be a. Hopefully that'll seal there without the seal thing in there. Could, I guess, leave that on there. If I have to, I guess I'll have to sacrifice one of these and cut that guy real short. That's kind of a seal on there too, right? I guess I got a million of those things. I don't really need to keep that extra one. I'll just cut her off maybe. But I think it's going to leak without that seal on there. So I'm just going to chop this one. Oh, look out! She took off. Okay. So there we go. We got her chopped. That'll be our little valve guy. That guy goes in there. Of course we need to put gas in here yet because I want to try to run this thing off of this, and then I don't have to leave the stuff in the tank, right? It looks like that's going to take a minute to drain out, so we'll let her sit there a few. I don't really know how much is in there, but she's working anyways, and that should get most of her out. There's a little screen in here too. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see the screen. Under that little cap there, we'll take all that out too maybe and clean all that piece out because it's probably, I don't think there was any dirt in it, but you never know, right? Old gas, you never know what's going to do. So yeah, the good little generator. We used to actually run our air conditioner, our window air conditioner, a bigger one, like a big one, like the size of my toolbox, big one. It's actually wider than that, but anyways. Used to run it off of that, and that thing ran it pretty good. We ran it pretty much all summer off of that, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to, I'd rather pay for a gallon of gas than a freaking, you know, like paying the electric company to run that thing. And it barely cooled everything in the house anyway, so you gotta go central air, let me tell you. That's the best thing ever. But I got a little story though on this. Let me get you up in the world here a little bit. Well, what's going on here? He's all jammed up. There you go. Okay, so this little gooey looking cover thing here, actually I probably should fix it again. Well, this is a gas gauge, believe it or not. It's not now, of course. It had a gas gauge on it, and as soon as I put gas in this and filled it up, within about 20 minutes, it just disintegrated and fell into the tank. I'm like, oh, well, that's not good. So I got some seal all. It kind of looks like I need to redo it maybe. Don't really think it leaks though. Maybe it does a little bit now. But, oh yeah, that's not so good. I don't really have any seal all here. That's like a real thin stuff, but that's where that goopy mark is there anyways. It didn't last very long, that gas gauge. It was just meant, I guess it didn't have the right kind of plastic for gas stuff, right? So, anyways, we'll go back down here. Woo! She's still draining. I think we can almost see in there. She's still draining a little bit, so I don't think I'll be able to see in there to see how much is left. It's all down at this one end now, but I'll go look inside and see if I can see. Oh, there's gonna be a few more minutes of it going there. Should mostly get her all out too, I think there, which is good. But let me tell you, this gas tank is weird. You fill it up, and it's at the top, and you keep filling it, and it never seems to fill. It's just weird. It keeps, like, you put, I don't know, 4 or 5 gallons in it. It's a fairly good sized tank. And then it's still taking some. It doesn't actually fill up. I've never seen a tank like that anyways. I guess eventually it would overflow, but it was really weird. So I'll let her drain out a little longer there, and it's nice I'm not getting gas smell in here. It's really good. And we'll put some gas in this little can here, I guess, and then when it's done, we'll try to fire it up and see if it'll start on the regular gas there, and then we'll drain the bowl out, and I'm going to take the bowl off actually, and maybe give it a little blast of some air just to get her dried up a bit, and then I'll take this little screen out, and she should be good. Could probably put a couple of towels in there and blow it around and suck up the rest, but I think that'd be a real hard thing to try to get back out again. You'd almost need one of those, you know, those things you push and it makes the things open up. So you put that in. It's on like a long cable. Open up and grab it, and then you could maybe pull it out. But I haven't got one of those here, so still draining. Anyway, so I'll get ready for our next part of it here. Still dribbling, I think they're a bit. I'm just looking at this though here, and this thing actually might be having some problems with an oil seal. I don't really think it's, I mean, this is of course where you fill it, but I don't think you're supposed to be getting oil down through here, which means that seal is maybe potentially leaking on the crankshaft. That's your generator in there, right? So it's probably not a good thing. I don't know, but I don't know if I'm liking that too much. So I think we are done draining. I don't see anything there now. Let me look inside the tank and see if there's anything left. Oh, there's a hair a little bit down there. But there's a little bit of a lip there, right? So it doesn't suck in a lot of dirt. See if I can might be all we're gonna get. I might have to get in there with the towel, figure out a way how to get it out after. All right. Now we'll shut her off again there, and we can pull that guy off. Now, if I can get down to get that other hose off, the other end, because I don't have a double male up here. I probably have one at my other garage though. But to successfully get that, I might have to take this air cleaner off. Didn't really want to do that quite yet. Come on, baby. You know you want to, you're almost there. It is a tight fit. There we go. All right, now the fun part begins, trying to get that hose loose. Get it started. Oh, man. Without ripping it off, cutting it open. Well, let's see if I can get in there maybe with a screwdriver. Or a nice long punch maybe. I can just get down in here and get her loose. Okay, so we're trying to get in here. There we go. That'll get her. Alright, now we can hook on that guy. Go to our gas can. Alright, so we bypassed that. We'll hook on this guy. It should fit. Hopefully I can get it back off. Just stick it on a little bit maybe because I don't want to have it super tight there, but this is a barbed fitting, so it's hard to get off again. And we will put, hopefully that doesn't leak. Oh, seems alright. Throw that way up here maybe. There we go. Lifeline. Just make sure it's not leaking here. Well, it seems all good. Alright, let's just make sure she's getting some gas. And to do that, we'll put a little towel down there to catch any. Open up the little drainer valve here. I'd say she's getting some. Good, take the fire hazard away. Woof! Alright, let's fire it up. Okay, we'll see if we can get our carbon monoxide detector to go off here. Sorry, it's over here on the wall, and right now it's showing 0. Those things actually work pretty good. It'll tell me if there's problems. Alright, so choke is on that way, it's already on. Fuel is already on. Obviously, and hopefully that thing will stay up there. It's a little bit flobbly. Maybe I'll just adjust that a little bit. It's actually probably got enough now that it won't need any more. In case it was sitting on up here, it's just a little bit weird. Okay, probably going to be a few pulls to get this going. Hopefully it'll start. And Don't think I have anything here to plug in to see if it works. The generator part. No, I don't. Okay, well, let's fire it up. Uh-oh. Not happy, maybe. Can't even try it. Interesting. Well, that's not so good. It always usually started fairly good. It might have crap in the carburetor bowl. You never know. Give her a couple more here. Sometimes it'll surprise you. Not surprising me today. Oh man. Well, that's not good. Now, sparky plug is way over here. I'm gonna have to pull this gas can down though. Well, let's check if we got some spark. That guy in there. I turned the gas off, by the way, just put it down. Shut the gas off, bud. Let's check for spark first. If we don't have any spark, well, that's not a good thing. And I don't know if I'll be able to find parts for this thing. Could be a dirty coil, probably something in the carburetor, I would imagine. Plug doesn't look too bad. It's fairly clean, actually. Okay. You guys hold that. Hold the metal boot. Alright, let's get that in a spot. Oh man, it's not going to stay there, is it? I really don't want to pull this by holding this. That is definitely going to zap me. Why would that be metal, I wonder? I got spark. Not sure if you can see that, but let's zoom these in a bit. Spark. Okay, so we got a fuel problem then. Well, okay, we'll put this back in, I guess. Now, I have seen spark plugs that spark outside like that. They won't spark in an engine. But that plug is dry, right dry. So, we've got a fuel blockage issue. Guaranteed. So let's pop the fuel sediment bowl off, the fuel bowl. See, it's probably got some shellacky garbage crap up in there. Probably gonna have to take the whole carburetor off. Give it a cleaning. So I'm confident that the spark's good though. Usually where you start is a spark. Okay. Well, let's take off the fuel line here. Hopefully that's drained back a little bit. Come on, fuel line. Now the problem with this tank too is it's going to probably create a vacuum. It has no air, right? So something that's going to run off, it won't run off it too long. Okay, so let's take apart. I'm going to take this cover off because maybe it's full of mice. You never know. You never know. Okay, that looks like a small bolt there. 8mm. 10.9, 10.9, 8. 8 mil. Oh man. Oh mama. 1/4 inch. 2 of them. Where'd that go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Darn floor eats up bolts. Okay, I found it. So that's the filter. It's not too bad. Didn't feel wet or nothing. It's good. That's that part. Well, let's drain out that carburetor more maybe first. See what kind of comes out of them. Could be some gross stuff. Hard to say. That down there. That feller drain out. Might be easier to get in there if I take this cover off too. I think I'm going to do that as well. Okay, now we're looking at a 10, I believe. 10 mm. I've never had this carburetor off of this thing, so it's probably due for a cleaning. Oh my goodness! You stay there. Yeah, this thing was always weird though, this generator. If you used it, fine, good, all fine. If you shut it off and didn't turn the fuel off and let it run out, it would not start again. Maybe that's what happened, I don't really know. We got another bolt down there. A hiding bolt. But yeah, if you shut the fuel off, should be all good. Really strange. Beautiful. Together. I'm going to dump these outside because they're kind of stinky. Getting me all gassy. Alright, what do we got here now? That's the tube that comes from the crankcase. That's going to come right out there in the towel. Love my towels. Close this little valve here again. Good. Then we got the throttle cable there we gotta get out of here, and then the little governor spring. Good and simple. All right. Well, we'll get this thing out on the bench here. Okay, that is a very lightweight carburetor. There's not much to this guy. Very lightweight. I think that's a 10 on the bottom. Ugh. Snap. Now she's junk. Hope not. O-ring. Oh, that guy was over there. On that side. Well, there's a bit of crud in the bottom. There's a little bit of crud in the bottom. It's not terrible bad, but willing to bet that little jet up there is blocked. And you know what? I don't think I got a small enough screwdriver to fish that out. Mike here, hang on a sec. I got one that's a little better though. I do have some smallery kind of guys here. This will be our jet. Probably what's bunged up. Well, there's a little bit of stuff maybe on it. Doesn't look too bad though, but and there's another little jet there. I'm just going to get the air compressor going, I guess, here. Give her a little light blast. Alright, let's just give this a little touch. To me it looks good. I don't think it's going to need a ultrasonic cleaning anyways. Give this a little blast out. And what else should we blast here? Should check the, let's see here, make sure it's working. Seems like it is. There was definitely gas in the bowl anyways. So I'll give this a little shot up here of some air. That I can see a hole in it, but it doesn't look great. Let's see if we can get this little guy out. Yeah, I think that's alright actually. Give it a little dusting here. Should be good. Put this little guy back in. Pretty good. And the rest of this I'll clean after I get her back on. Now there is a jet here, and that's probably something to do with the idle, so I'll leave it where it is. I do believe, because this thing only runs at one speed, there's no idle on it. That's probably why that looks like it's turned in all the way. That little screw looks like it's turned in all the way. Plus it's one of those double dot ones there. You gotta adjust with that. There's actually an idle there, but that's right out. Because you want that. I think that's, no, there's another way to adjust this thing. You have to put one of the hertz meters on it and measure and make sure it's at 60 hertz, right? And this one, I remember it was down a bit when I first got it, so I had to crank it up a little bit. But I'm going to give this just a little spray of some brake cleaner. Oh, if I can reach it. Just so it's good and clean. And I'll just inspect her really close. I think I can see holes all through it. Give this a little shot of brake cleaner, maybe two. coming out, so it's a good thing. We'll jam this guy back in there. Tighten him down. That'll do it. It looks like the gasket's built right into the thing there, so that's good. Okay, so rearrange this after I get that on. So that's the out, so that's going to go about there. Should run now. Okay. Alright, I gave her a little blast of some air there. We'll see if that helps. Hopefully it will. Alright, let's make sure we get this on the right way. It should be alright. Fairly straightforward. So the little guy here goes in the little hole. There's a big hole in the little hole. Spring goes in that one, and then this one snoops into there. Gasket stays on there, we'll have to reuse it. Choke's closed that way, and that's open that way. Alrighty then. Now, this has got to go back on. That little hose has to tuck in there too. I can maneuver that hose around, I think. Overall, that carburetor didn't look bad. So I don't know. We shall see what we get here. Come on, bro, get on there. And I gotta get this guy over here for this screw. Come on, you turd. Now it should fire up. Shouldn't have any excuse. We got spark and looked all clean and in the carburetor there now, so. £29 that's all you need. Alright, let's hook our hose back up here. So we know for sure that that carburetor is empty. So we'll get a towel and put the towel just under here, and we should see some drippings whenever I move this out of the way. We should see some drippings come out of there. So let's open this up again. If all's working well, that should drip as soon as we turn the fuel valve on here. Well, that seems to be getting gas, so that's good. Okay, Mr. Generator, you've got no excuse there, bud. Fire it up. We'll try it with the filter off, maybe. So choke that. Fuel's on. All we have to do is pull. Have something I can run here. We're just gonna let that kind of pressurize again because that's probably getting a bit of a vacuum on that fuel system now because there's no vent, right? I do have a vacuum I can run though, so let's hook that feller up. Okay, let's fire it up. Got the generator, vacuum here. This thing sucks, literally. I won't hook it up yet though. The circuit's off. Should fire right up. I like this choke. Uh-oh. Oh, I gotta turn it on, bud. the end of them, my gosh, holy. So we got 348 on our meter here. I probably better open my door, I'll be on the floor. That's not good, that's definitely going to be beeping soon probably. 372, 382. That's pretty gross. Yeah, we're going to open the door. Unfortunately, I better do that soon. Or like I said, I'll be on the floor. Anyways. Oh, fresh air. Nice. Anyways, we'll let that air out a minute in there. Probably shouldn't have done that without the door open. The old 9N here, we're going to do a little test in the next couple of days on the starter to see if it's actually junk or not. Funny enough, looking at the book, these things don't have a solenoid. All they have is, it's coming from the battery, which I've got the other side right now there, battery cable from the positive down to this switch. That's actually a switch inside, so what happens is, this is your switch you push, it pushes a rod that pushes on the end of that switch, which connects the two down to the starter. Away she goes, right? There's no solenoid on that, so I'm like, it must be, it must ground out the distributor or something to stop this. How would you shut it off? So anyways, I gotta look all into that. Got a pile of work to do on this thing. Oh man, it's awesome though, I love it, can't wait. I can't wait to split it. That's gonna be fun. Splitting these tractors. And we've done one, we did the 2N, we put a clutch in it. Actually twice, because we screwed up and we put the ring gear on backwards. I had to put a new one on, but anyway. So splitting them's not bad though. There's not too much to them really. Let me think on this. There's gonna be a bit of work here and there, but they basically split right in the center here, and all your clutch and stuff is in behind. And then your transmission and then rear end and stuff, so it's pretty simple. It's gonna be fun though. And you got to support the front and then put a jack, like a rolly jack on the back, so you can just pull the back apart, right? So the front will kind of stay there. Put like a floor jack or something under there. These you don't support by the radius rods or any of that, because they'll just be all over the place. But right under the oil pan, put a block of wood and a jack. You want a jack there so when you're putting it back together you can fine-tune things a bit, right? Because it'll never go back the same as it came apart. But really need to wash it first though before I even start splitting anything. So got a lot of work to do, but I want to start try the starter and hook a battery up basically. Ground it out to the frame somewhere if I can find a clean place. Ground it out to the frame and just put this thing right on the starter, the positive on the starter, and see if it cranks it over. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, well, we got a new starter for it. Anyways, let's go check this thing, see how much gas is in it. Oh, it doesn't take long to air the place out, which is good. She's dropping already. From where it was there, it was like, it's probably going to be beeping around 400, I think, so that'll be dropping off soon. But at least I know this thing's not leaking, because it would detect that too, right? So we'll let that zero right out. Maybe I'll just close the door a little bit here. And not losing all my heat too, right? Stay. Okay, let's check this feller here and see how much gas is still in the bowl. Alright, turn that bit so you can see. Let's see if we get any out. Oh, there's a hair a little bit in there, but it's not bad. Pressurizing anything here would be a good idea, but yeah, it didn't do much. I don't think there's much in there. Alright, pretty happy with that. I never did check the oil, but I checked it there the other day there, and it was I had changed it not too long ago in this thing and just kind of parked it. Honestly, you know what I use this thing for? It's if I'm mixing cement out in the cemetery somewhere. In the cemetery for the mixer, I take it out for that. That's about it though. But anyways, should be good. We'll put this hose back on, and that one went there. Come on, baby. And that one went on there. I'm going to have to put this one down here first. Okay, I need some needle nose. You needle nose, you. That's pretty good. That's pretty much got her. There, almost catch your finger on it, it's not bad. Now, hopefully there's not much fuel left in here. Really can't tell. Looking at the side here. If I can get it all to go over to that side. There's a hair little bit left. Oh, I don't want to have to do this, but I'm going to put a towel in there and then just kind of blow things around, I guess. And it'll sop up whatever's left. Now where did it go? Now the fun begins. Of course, you're way down over there, aren't you? Smoking in there a little bit. Maybe I'll just leave the lid off for a while, it'll dry out. It did get quite a bit more out though, like, you know, that's pretty soaked, so that's good. I don't think there's any more though, I think that's it. It's such a weird shaped tank inside there, it's like all over the place. Like right here, there's like a big bulge in the tank. I don't know what that part is, but oh, the muffler goes real thinner here on this side, so there's a big bulge, so you lose probably half a gallon there. I'll just leave the lid off for a while. It'll vaporize itself out. Sweet. Well, here's the color of the stuff we took out. No, I didn't pee in the bottle. It's old gas. There's some sediment in there. Might have gave it problems because there's no filter. Oh, we didn't take this thing apart. Darn it. Hang on a sec, we're not done yet. Okay, I wanted to take this little guy off. There's a little filter, I think, in there. When I said filter there, it kind of sparked my memory. Oh yeah, there's a filter we didn't do. Oh, way smaller, bud. Way smaller. Is that what do we got here, 12? Oh my goodness. Smaller than that. My next one's a 10. That's got her. I don't want to turn the whole thing on. Oh. Ow! Let's put a towel under there in case something dribbles out of them. Whoa! Man, that thing's actually like kind of loose. Not loose, but it's not mounted too tight there. Okay, what do we got in there? There's an O-ring. Ooh, it's a good thing we took this apart. Look at the garbage in here. Kinds of good junk. Alright, well, we'll dump that out. Yeah, there's a bit of mung in there. I'm just going to blow that out with some air. I got a whole lot of air pressure left here. Gotta figure out my air compressor situation. This little guy works good, but it's not a whole pile of air. It's not bad. I'm going to give it a shot of brake cleaner here. I'll blast her out again. It's good. And this thing here is let's have a look. See under this thing. What is under here? It's just the valve, I guess. Okay. Opener. Oh, there was a little dribble still in there too. Guess just in that little neck. That'll get her. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. This guy here, I might lube that back up. Oh darn, I don't have any with me here. Darn it! I got some grease. Maybe just a bit of oil. I got some 30 weight oil here, maybe that would work. Whoop, geez, sorry, I hit you again. My goodness. Just to keep it a little softer, right? Okay, I think we're good now. I think we're good. Let's put the oil cap back on there before we dump that over. That ought to do. Alright, I think we're good. Alrighty, I gotta find a home for that. I'll let this air dry out a little bit. There, it wouldn't take long to do that. That gas will evaporate pretty quick. Sweet. That should be good. I'm a little concerned about the oil here though. I don't know if it's just a little bit of weep through or if there is a problem in there. Really don't want to have to split things in there because the generators are kind of confusing to me anyways. But anyways, I guess we'll just run her until she quits. It's never really lost a bunch of oil. It's always had, you know, good oil levels, so I don't know. But anyways, so catch you all later. Thanks again for watching, and you guys have a good day.